Hello everybody, welcome to Sparquist Inspiration, and today's reading is going to be on spiritual awakening. I have been getting so many requests and DMs on this because a lot of people are feeling this, and individuals across the planet are waking up, and we're really letting go of the mind's grip on all this illusion. We are experiencing profound change in consciousness and expanded perceptions. Therefore, boom, illusions are lifted, death and magic, death to the old ways and how we perceive things and limited beliefs, and then wisdom, this new unbelievable spark of information, and a new paradigm comes in. So let me let you know right now, like, what is happening and how the awakening process works. So spiritual awakenings are all highly individualized. It's embarking on a path of realization that is spiritual, and it's not something another person can do for you. The power of suggestion and listening to other people that have gone through the journey is very helpful, and therefore you can kind of hone in on that, but it can only be felt and experienced by you through your own mind, body, and spirit. And it is unlike anything else, because in the simplest sense, it is a paradigm shift, okay? The word awakening is a powerful metaphor to describe this shift, because ultimately words just are inadequate to have this moment of really waking up from a dream and realizing that life really is kind of like a strange boxed in illusion that we've been taught. So let's go stage one, and it really is dark night of the soul. We feeling lost, hopeless, and confused. We have to let go of that because we're starting to wake up to something and it's impacting us, and we feel confused because things that used to matter no longer matter. What used to make us happy, purchases, materialism, somebody reinforcing some accolade or achievement of ours, the ego, yay, people are applauding and loving me, whatever it is, this false sense of identity. And when that comes in, we're like, whoa, what really does have meaning right now? Because all that starts to fall away, and it's so freeing, but at that moment it's very confusing because people you used to get along with and that you thought were funny, entertaining, whatever, can seem vacuous, empty, materialistic, and it's sort of like you feel left out of the loop, like, what is happening? Why did what once satisfy me not? Because it's a simplification of your new life, of what really matters. What used to seem boring can seem sublime now. Sitting out on a park bench and just experiencing nature seems deep and enriching, where before you would have been restless and wanting to seek empty kind of entertainment. No more, because now you want things that are going to provide wisdom and clarity. So let's pull some more out. We have assurance. You'll get assurances from the universe. All the potential that was dormant will come up, and you'll have more compassion. So I'm going to do it levels like this. So stage 2 is really the disillusionment. Okay, complacency with life is replaced by dissatisfaction about how things are. You really are. You're like, whoa, things are messed up. Where before we would gloss it over, or we would entertain ourselves out of that thought process. If we're like, whoa, there is really inequality over here, there's a disbalance, government, all the things that we used to just be like, I'll just go see a movie, or I'll go out to a restaurant with my friends. That isn't cutting it anymore, because you want to see real change. And you'll start to feel assurances on how to do that. Your intuition will really start popping for you and helping you with this. Because this is stage 3, all of this, seeking deeper meanings and experiences, and also having breakthroughs, all the potential you have to help yourself make real changes in the world and within yourself. And that's huge, because that's really where it has to begin. How much time do we waste just watching TV or lamenting how, what we don't have, all of that? This is no longer about feeling sorry for ourselves or the way things are. This is about implementing real change to make things better in our lives and other people. Gratitude, again, and compassion for ourselves, knowing that we're not meant to be everything to everybody and everywhere, and we have compassion with ourselves in our journey, because we have patience and we realize everything doesn't come at once. That things come in stages. Truth, mastery, are creative sparks. That's one of the biggest things that happened for me in my enlightenment process, was all my creativity just poured forth. And I was talking to Ian about this yesterday. I said, how come it is when we watch certain videos, we will see 50 retakes? You can see the little like divots in the thing when people are filming. And I'm like, when I start filming, I just never have to pause. I never have to stop the camera and restart. It just flows and it comes through, and the creativity and the words. And it's like a portal just directly from spirit, and it comes through. And I'm so lucky and have so much gratitude for that, because I never struggle with my work. I never struggle with my words. I never have like blackouts, or there's never a problem with communicating what needs to be communicated. It just comes directly through. And that was the moment when I decided I'm tired of frivolity. I don't care what other people think. I don't need to implement perfectionism. It just will come and flow when I do it naturally. And that's where your authentic self is going to come through. It's like waking up from your dream. And now you have mastery over your energy and where you put it and where you give your time and attention. And that is huge. No more wasting time. We're not feeling sorry for ourselves. We don't have that continuous want, that want of, oh, look, they have that beautiful house, car, love, whatever, because yours is coming. What you are seeking is also seeking you, and you're plugged into that, and you have that feeling of love always being there and seeing the real truth in matters, right? Because this is kind of stage 4, mindfulness, shadow work, inner child work, deep introspection. You want to know, why do I want these things? Why do certain things have meaning in my life? Why would that be important in the past and now I don't care about it? Or why did something I didn't care about in the past mean so much now? For me, one of those things that I could never entangle with, because I found it exasperating, was bureaucratic and political bull stuff. I'm just like, oh my God, it would overwhelm me. And I thought, now, you know what, if I can implement change in my different formats and things that I can do, now it's important, especially with what's happening in the world and, how resources just get spent mindlessly and there's so much waste. Then now that's something that's important to me, and that's some work that I'm doing. Inner child work. Okay, we're going to have to, the alarm went off right in the middle of this and stopped filming. So we have to ask ourselves with the inner child work, what kind of fear do we have? What might have taken place when we were in our childhood? Was there any trauma? Was there anything we fear? Some people, it's confrontation, and then they literally say yes to everything because they're trying to avoid confrontation. Or they become a doormat because when they were younger, they would get so much animosity and anger if they didn't do what a parent, a brother, a sibling, somebody said to them, right? So this is a lot of self-realization, because where we're working towards in all of this is stage 5, the beautiful unity, rebirth, connection with the divine, deep alignment with life, community, and inspiration. That is the 5th stage. And when we have that, we put everybody at the forefront, not just ourselves and our own personal needs. We let go of greed and materialism. We let go of self-censoring, and we authentically express ourselves as beautifully and as clearly as we can. Honestly, like waking up from a dream. It's being in connection with the cosmic intelligence, and therefore like our intuition is wide open. It's really wonderful because it can be instantly felt through our own mind, body, and spirit. And it's so wonderful. It's like an initiation. It is our shift in consciousness for sure. And because of that, the most beautiful thing within this is that our idea of separation, limitation, and all of that is really rooted in lies. What we had heard, and we're indoctrinated in all of that. It's like, we're like, whoa, there is no limitation. These models for success and happiness in the physical world are all BS. You have to have this certification or this college degree to succeed. You have to, pay tribute. If we were Catholics, you have to go to church. All of this stuff that we're told, over and over and over, we start to believe in it. It sets a blueprint in our mind, and we are so conditioned to believe it, but it's simply not true. It is the person who spoke those words to us. It is their belief. They were indoctrinated this way. We have our own truth to follow. We have our own blueprint. We have our own grid and our own life path. And spiritual enlightenment just really, really brings this golden halo of understanding around to that. Hey, just because somebody told you needed to be, say, think, or feel something, not true. That is what they think, feel, and say, right? You have your own course. You are free to choose what you find important, what you find is your life path purpose, what you want to be your own vocation, your own whatever. And all these other things really just kind of fall away. And you're like, that is the truth of it. Our planet is waking up to this. We It's like, it's a highly personal process too, because it's the very foundations that we were told how to live and succeed in the world have to crumble away. It's like these matrix programs. Society has been weighing you down, saying you have to get up and work for somebody else, to buy things you don't need, to impress people that you don't care about, and then you need to incur all this debt and then pay it off, and just be all in this cycle of go, do, produce, seem a certain way, try to gain accolades and importance and the spotlight on you, and when it's actually the opposite, that you should be living your dreams and keeping things minimal and simplistic, so you have breadth and width in your life to expand and honor the person within that wants balance. And that person doesn't want things, that person doesn't want a false reality. That person wants love, compassion, mastery over self, creativity, wisdom. It wants to let go of things that don't serve them. It wants to drop out illusion and get constant assurance from our beautiful heart space and our soul mission, as opposed to ego. And that's part of it. And I'm going to do this in several series because it's such a huge topic. But basically, that's kind of it in a nutshell, where we realize, whoa, we're in this kind of false matrix where we think we have to be, think, say, feel certain things to be loved. And that is simply not true. I find people that are really genuinely loved and liked are people that are original. They are authentic. They don't, there's so many people that can just be in this sheepish mentality, these sheeples, just follow through fear of missing out or through fear of being loved, which that's kind of the gateway to exactly that, because you're some carbon copy, you're some illusion of self, where this is being true to yourself and saying, I'm not going to be indoctrinated in any garbage because I really feel this way. And when we are, the more enlightenment we gain, the more we are true to our purpose, ourselves, our word, our integrity, and nothing shakes us. I used to not like any kind of confrontation too. And I didn't have any trauma as a child of anybody like through confrontation. I just didn't like it because I don't like noise or yelling or any of that. But it's one of those things that I realized, hey, when you need to stand up for something and something's true, truth is truth. You stand up and you say it. And now nothing negative affects me because I realize I can look into it and see it's somebody else that has fear, somebody else that feels neglected, or there isn't love available in their life, or they have lack mentality. And that's how you'll start to see things. And it really is beautiful, because then you have compassion. When somebody lashes out, you don't think, what a bitch or what a crazy person. You think, oh my gosh, look at them. I can see in people's eyes, I'm empathic, so almost right away I know where that fear is coming from. That person in the grocery store that starts hemming and hawing because they have to wait or whatever, I'll realize, hey, they have a toddler in their car and they don't want that toddler to act up, or I can really feel what's going on with them. I mean, I have patience, and I'll say something funny or something that's relatable so a conversation can start, so they don't feel pressure of time. It's whatever, they have to get to another job. I remember once I was in a store and the mailman that was behind me had one thing, and I had a whole basket full of loot, and I said, well, what, go in front of me. I'm like, you're obviously on a break, and I'm just here shopping and looking around and having a good time, so why don't you go in front of me? He's like, wow, I really appreciate that, thanks so much. I did have to get back to my route, but I could feel that. I actually hear it in words. I'm clairaudient. I could hear him say, oh my God, I'm gonna have to wait forever. It was like really weird. And I turned around, boom, there he was, mailman, anxious to get out of the store. And when we see that, we have compassion for people. We don't have an impatience for them. We have love, and we're open and we're expansive to that. So that is that. My throat is starting to hurt because I need to reground out, because whenever I speak on this subject, it is so important to me, and it is so special, and it's so unique, and so many people are waking up. The 2020 is an immense portal for this, where people, they won't settle anymore. They just will not settle for this false sense of reality, and they know life has deep, rich, meaningful, abundant moments to tap into every moment when we are present moment living. And that's part and parcel for that. So again, you guys, thank you so much for asking for this specific topic. Sometimes I forget. I get on this runaway train and I'm like, this is a fundamental. This is hugely important. So thank you guys for coming over to my new channel and supporting. I love you guys so much. If you need a private read or anything else, all my links are down below, because everybody's journey is unique. And if you want to know specifics for yourself, that way I can help you out in very, very, specific lineups. So that is that. And anything else is down there, you guys. Come over to Instagram and get away. I always say get away from it all and get yourself some new jewelry. Yeah, this week's giveaway is a beautiful pair of the Evil Eye on. I used little tiny crystals on turquoise and gold, and it came out fabulous. So that is this week's giveaway, and just by following me over there, and that's it. I know you're following me, and you are automatically entered, and I do a card drawing it. So love and light to you guys. Have a great day.